Yo, and how's it going, Apple Army? How's it going, guys? How you all doing today? I hope you're all doing very well. So, today I am bringing you my second STAM SORC build for this patch. I showcased this build back when I showcased my first STAM SORC build in the same video as the 1vx clips that I was doing. And I showed off like the one-shot build, and you guys actually wanted to see it. I said if you wanted to see this build, I would do this build. It's different, very different to my 1vx build. It's my just fun to play, overpowered for sure, one-shot STAM SORC build, and I've been loving it. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So we're going to buff up with Potion, Rally, and our armor buff, right? And we're going to go back bar. So 16,000 magic, 28,000 health, 27,000 stamina, 2.1k stamina recovery, 5.6k weapon damage, 29% crit, barely any physical penetration, but doesn't matter, 32,000 physical and spell resistance with 2.6k crit resistance. Right, then on the front bar, we're looking at the same max resources. Part stamina is now 29.5k stamina. Stamina recovery has gone up to nearly 2.4k, 6k weapon damage, same crit, 7.2k penetration, with now only 25.6k resistances. Right, let's go over the attributes. So 18 points into attributes, 46 points into health. Then we're running Artanium Takeaway Broth, max health, stamina recovery. You can run Dubious, but Artanium gives you a bit more stats, so I prefer it. Lady for the resistances, I've tried penetration, I've tried crit damage and crit healing. I preferred Lady for this one. The extra tankiness was needed. It was needed for this build. Alright, the potions that I'm running then. The main potion that I'm running is Knockback Immunity with Major Savagery and max stamina. We need the Major Savagery so that we can get the extra critical chance. It's important for this build, and I'll get into that later. Front bar, we're running Heartland, Conqueror, Mace. Two maces. The main hand is in Nirn, and the offhand is in Sharpened. You got to do it in this order for the extra weapon damage potential out of it. The set gives weapon damage, Magicka, Stamina. Great so far for a STAM SORC. Then on top of that, we get increases the effectiveness of your weapon trait by 100%, meaning that when I'm on the back bar, I get 6,500 out of defending, and when I'm on the front bar, I get more penetration and more damage. So it's a great set to go offensive and defensive with. A really strong overall set. I've been really enjoying this, especially on STAM SORC. I feel like it's just really strong. Then we're running Ballogs, 2-piece Ballogs. Ballogs gives us a line of weapon damage, then it gives us weapon damage and a massive amount of penetration when we ultimate. Depending on how much ultimate we use, the more ultimate you use, the more penetration weapon damage you get. I'm sure you understand how Ballogs works. It's an amazing set and needed for the one-shot build. Then on the... so for the gear, we're running 1-piece heavy. The heavy piece has to be chest piece reinforced. Now that is important because this is the one that gives you the max armor value. Now for the other pieces, we're running medium. Now we want only one piece well fitted with the rest in-pen. Doesn't matter where you put the in-pen well fitted though, just as long as the chest piece is reinforced. For our other set then, we're running Deadland Assassin. Deadland Assassin is an amazing set. It gives 2 lines weapon damage, a lion of max stamina, and then base 200 nearly weapon damage for the 5th line. And then on top of all that weapon damage, it gives us an AoE cone, which basically when we do a heavy attack or medium weave, basically because it's not a fully charged heavy attack, so medium weave kind of counts as well. We do an AoE cone that does 5,200 physical damage, but when we buff up, obviously that gets higher. To enemies in that cone, just like Dawnbreaker, which is awesome. So you pair that with Dawnbreaker and Spin to Win, you've got a really nice AoE combo going on there, which is awesome. And then extra bleed by chance if they're below 50% health when you use this, but that's not as important because we're a one-shot build, so the pressure isn't as needed. But that does help against tankier players, of course. Running Tri-Enchants for all the gear because trying to push those max stats. You can run Stamina on a small piece if you want to, but I recommend Tri-Enchants. For the jewelry then, all infused, 2 weapon damage, 2 weapon damage, 1 stamina recovery, because I felt like I needed to push that stamina recovery a bit further. Right, that's done. Let's move over to these skills. So we're running Ball Lightning back bar. This gives us our snow movability and allows us to teleport in front of us. It's amazing for our mobility, so I rate the skill big time. I wouldn't run the other morph, but that's just my personal preference. You can run the other morph, but I like the snare removal. And Dark Deal, we transfer our magic into stamina and health. Awesome skill. Rally gives us our weapon damage, and then gives us our minor endurance, our only source minor endurance, and our only burst heal, like on command. This one can get interrupted and takes a bit of time, like the second cast. Then you got Hurricane. So Hurricane gives us our resistances, does AoE damage, a little bit of pressure, and then gives us our 15% increased movement speed, which is awesome. So we don't need Major Expedition on this build because we are medium armor, so we get a load of speed from being in 6-piece medium. Then we are running this for 15% extra speed. So I lost my track of thought there for a second. Yeah, we got this for the extra 15% movement speed, and then when we can teleport if needs be for the extra mobility. Right. Vigor, obviously we need Vigor, we're a STAM build. Temporal Guard, minor protection, and then it gives us a little bubble when we're on that bar for blocking, which is nice. But you can run, if you've got a different ultimate in mind, like you want to run Negate, or you'd like to run the Astronaut on the back bar, then feel free. This is just my personal preference. On the front bar then, Crit Surge. So Crit Surge is really nice. Not only does it give us our brutality, I mean we already get that from weapon damage, it's not the main thing. We do get brutality anyway, but the main thing from this that we want is the fact that every second if we do crit damage we get a heal. And this is amazing. That is why we're running nearly 30% crit chance, so that we can make the most out of this heal. That paired with Vigor, it is awesome. It really, really is. And you can get that procced off a Hurricane. So if Hurricane crits, you can get that heal. So it's really, really nice. And yeah, it's a major part of our healing source of this build. So Willing Blades, it's our AoE execute. I mean, not much more to say about that. It's a really strong skill. Just make sure you're in that 6-meter range. I think that's the only drawback to the skill. But yeah, it works well with the build. Rendering Slashes, we didn't need the heal from the other morph. I don't care about the reduced movement speed of this, but this one does give more damage done with this morph. So that's why we chose this one. And that's our main spammable in conjunction with Crystal Weapon into Light Attack Rending. That's kind of our main combo, like spammable combo there. Okay. Barn Armaments, we get this for the extra, is it 10%? I believe, yeah, it's 10% extra light attack damage, which is awesome. And then on top of that, we get 4 extra daggers coming around us, which can do some physical damage when we want. So against tanky targets, we could build that up and then activate that whilst doing our Crystal Weapon, Rendering Slashes, Dawnbreaker, with proccing our set for that AoE damage, and then into Spin to Win. So it just gives you more potential for a single target, as well as with our AoE pressure that we have. Now, Crystal Weapon is awesome. It gives a crap ton of damage with, yeah, just a crap ton of damage. I don't know what to say about that. It's got a really nice weave into it, into Rendering Slashes, and works very well with our combo. So it's a must-have. And Dawnbreaker Smiting, it's our only stun, but with being a one-shot build, we only need to stun people once, right? Your aim is to have them dead in that first stun, right? So that's the reason why I haven't put a stun in anywhere else in this build, because I'm aiming to kill people with the Dawnbreaker stun. Not in some other builds you have stuns like uppercut and stuff, or maybe shield bash where you want to work in, or fear where you want to work in more stuns to pressure your opponents and maybe kill them without ultimate and stuff. But this one we are just going for the combo, bang, dead. And yeah, that's why Dawnbreaker is awesome. Gives us a dot as well as extra pressure after they get hit whilst we're doing Spin to Win. So yeah, great. Okay, so that is these skills done. Let's move on to the sample points. So for our green tree, right, I always recommend having the Breakfall to reduce the damage of reduce fall damage by 35%. Then I have Rationer, so because our Titanium takeaway buff is more expensive, it increases 30 minutes of each one, which is great. Pair that with Liquid Efficiency for our potions, we're crafting less potions. Steed Blessing, 20% extra movement speed whilst outside of combat, and then increased mount movement speed. But this, guys, is all up to your personal preference. Do what you want. So for this one now, we have Duelist Rebuff. Duelist Rebuff reduces our damage taken for all single target abilities like Crystal Frags, Spectral Bow, Incap, Uppercut, all that good stuff, doing a crap ton of direct damage. We reduce that by 10%. Pair that with critical resistance, so we take less critical damage, which is really needed on this build. Then up here we have Biting Aura, increases damage done with area effect attack by 10%. So that counts for our Dawnbreaker. That counts for our Dawnbreaker, our Spin to Win, our Dawnbreaker, Spin to Win, and our proc. So that'll increase our proc damage as well, because that is a cone damage effect. and then Master Arms increases all damage done with your direct damage attacks. So that is literally every single damage that we do, par, I believe, par Dawnbreaker dots. Let me just check. Does it proc? Let me just check what kind of damage is it. Okay, and it doesn't buff up your Whirlwind, but it doesn't buff up your Whirlwind, and it doesn't buff up the dots of the Twin Slashes or Dawnbreaker. But other than that, all that white damage it buffs up, so it's really, really good to have. And for our Spin to Win Dawnbreaker, that is 20% extra damage and 20% extra damage on our set bonus as well. So yeah, it's a crap ton of damage, and you need a crap ton of damage when you're doing a one-shot build. Now you can push this further if you want by taking out the crit resistance and putting it into single target, but I balance this so that it can actually stay alive by itself as well. So it's not a pure gank build, kind of say, but it still is. You could still very much class as a one-shot build without it being gankable. Right. Over here then we have got max health, max armor, increased recoveries, and then every time we break free or use our mobility crit part to a stamina, we gain 10% less damage for the complete duration of that crowd control immunity. Could have probably worded that a little bit better. Basically, we get 10% extra damage reduction, which is great. And then that would go to 20% damage reduction of single target abilities, just so you know. And on top of that, right, when we're on our back bar, you can see that we're already at basically 48.9% reduction damage, like mitigation on our back bar with 38.9. So you can see that our mitigation stacking pretty nicely. Not overpowered by any means mitigation, but our mitigation is strong enough to stand on its own, which is great. Right, so to wrap up this video then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the combo, right? So the combo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a heavy attack. There's only going to be one heavy attack, right? One medium wave heavy attack, and that is going to proc this damage number here, right? So just remember this. We've got one damage number being proc there. So that's one damage number, right? Okay. Then we got Twin Slashes, and Twin Slashes, right, is two damage numbers, right? That's two damage numbers, okay? And then this here with the light, so with the light attack into this, you get two damage numbers from that as well. So that's two damage numbers, four damage numbers, 5 damage numbers, and if it's a heavy attack, that counts, instead of it just being one number here, it would be two numbers, so that goes to 6 damage numbers. Then when you Dawnbreaker, that Dawnbreaker is a 7th damage number, and then into Spin to Win, that's an 8th damage number. Now the first 6 are all like in one quick succession. Then they go from 100% health to like 40%, 50%, sometimes 30, 20, depending how squishy they are. But at best, like for them, they'll be at 60%, 50, like at the very best. And then you Dawnbreaker into Spin to Win, so it's time taken to do your combo is extended, but they are now stunned and you're Spin to Winning, so it still counts in that one shot. So let's see how we do this, right? So rally, we got our rally, we got our obviously our Whirlwind up, crit surge with our bound ornaments. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to proc this. So you see me proccing Crystal Weapons, we're proccing that, and we're going to do a medium wave / heavy attack into a Twin Slash. Actually, let me just build up an ultimate quickly, sorry. Let me build up an ultimate so I can show you the full combo. Let's just get the, let's get that ultimate build. Right. So we'll just buff up again quickly though. Right. Okay. So we're going to do Crystal Weapon. Crystal Weapon, I'm going straight into Heavy Attack. Heavy Attack into Twin Slashes, Dawnbreaker, then Spin to Win, right? So watch it here. Yeah. The buffs do actually go pretty fast on this, right? Okay, and then you can just keep light attacking, Spin to Winning, but you should have seen a crap ton. If you rewatch that now, you'll see a crap ton of numbers come off. We didn't even have our crit part on, so obviously we would have had more yellow numbers instead of white numbers there. That is my bad for not proccing that. But yeah, guys, it's a one-shot build. Not much more to say about that. I absolutely love it. It is a load of fun to play. I don't run this for Xing because my X build obviously does better. But for 2vx, 3vx, or just for going in and out and nuking one player at a time, this build is really funny and really enjoyable and overpowered in what it does. So yeah, guys, without any further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did find it helpful or enjoyed it in any way, shape, or form, then please make sure to smash that like button. Drop a comment down in the comment section down below, because you always know I love to hear from you guys. I want to have any feedback. I want to know if you guys enjoyed this build, if you made any tweaks to it. Let me know how you experienced it, right? And then subscribe, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already, to stay up to date with all my latest content here at the Gaming Apple, and to become part of the Apple Army. We're nearly 1,400 of us now. We're literally approaching 1,400. So thank you guys for the amazing support that we've been receiving. Well, I've been receiving here. It's been absolutely amazing. And then a big shout out to my members as well, guys. I really appreciate my members. I really do. You're literally saying to me that you believe in what I'm doing and in my content, and that is absolutely awesome. So thank you very, very much. And also, guys, for the guys who came over to Twitch, we did our first main Twitch stream yesterday. Thank you for the 100+ followers now on Twitch. We'll be streaming again most nights on Twitch. So guys, the link for the Twitch will be in the description, as well as the Discord, so you guys can have updates on when I'm going live, any future content, all that good stuff. Yes, I know there's a long outro, but we're doing a lot of stuff now, guys. So I want to make sure you all know what's going on. But yeah, guys, thank you again for all the support. But without any further ado, I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out for now. Bye bye.